Hello, this is William Robbins with ViralHair.com. We were speaking to...
Lou Ferrigno.
But we're really speaking to...
Who you're speaking to now.
Right.
Sorry. My name is Vic Mignogna. I'm a voice actor.
That's awesome. And how long have you been a voice actor?
25 years.
And
oh, God, did I really? It's been 25 years. Oh, my God. I've been voice acting for a while. Pay no attention to the guy laughing off camera. Over 400 different animated series and video games. And then I executive produce a web series, a live-action web series called Star Trek Continues. It picks up where the original Star Trek was canceled and finishes the show. And I get to play Captain Kirk in the series, which was my childhood hero. So a lot of fun.
And you go to a lot of conventions. You're still getting pretty good feedback from Star Trek Continues?
Yes, I'm always amazed. I'm amazed. You know, everybody that was involved in it did it for love. I mean, it wasn't a profit-making venture because we don't own Star Trek. We did it to pay tribute to that show.
Right.
And so it's always so incredibly gratifying. We've got over 18 million viewers, and people come at every convention. While anime, obviously my voice acting work is the lion's share of the people that come to say hello. There is a growing number of people. I just got an email from a fan in Australia. I was reading it on the way here. How much they loved that show. So it's a great honor.
Awesome. Now, being an anime actor and voice actor, is there a role that sticks out as your favorite?
The diplomatic answer would be to say, oh, I love all of my roles. They're like my children.
Course.
But having said that, and I do, I love voice acting in general. But I think probably Full Metal Alchemist was the favorite thing that I've done. I mean, I've had the privilege to be a part of a lot of really great shows. Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, Pokemon, Digimon. But Full Metal really grabbed me, and I was very emotionally invested into that show.
Oh, thank you. And researching some of the many things you've done over the years, you did several contemporary Christian music albums.
Yes, yeah.
And the time you were doing it, it was a lot more individualistic at that time. Do you think that over time that genre's become more homogenized and more industrial than it used to be?
What a great question. I guess it depends on where you look. You know, some artists have a particular vision for their music and the distribution of their music and what they want it to sound like and who they want to reach. And then others, you know, want to hit a little mainstream audience, or they want to make it a little more, interest or attractive to different audiences. So yeah, I can probably depends on who you ask or what artist. Hey, but you know what? As long as it brings glory to God, that's the most important thing I think in Christian music.
Right, understood. And speaking along those lines, when you pick your roles and what you do you compartmentalize that this is just kind of a job, this is just what I'm doing, or you look for character arcs that have a redemptive or an uplifting storyline?
Another good question. First of all, I don't pick my roles. I wish I did.
Right.
Some actors get that privilege. I'm not one of them. But the roles, I mean, I just love the work.
Right.
So I've never been terribly, I don't know if I want to play this role. No,
Right.
I love the work. However, it's great to play characters that have a depth to them.
Right.
That have a redemptive quality, absolutely.
Right.
But then at the same time, it's fun to play bad guys.
Right.
Because I'm not a bad guy, right? I'm not a homicidal maniac or a crazy demon character. But it's fun to play that because that's kind of the essence of acting, isn't it? Is playing a character that's not you, pretending to be someone else.
And as a voice actor, probably gives you a chance to challenge your voice range as well then, you know,
Very
the
much so.
character.
Very much so. We were just doing some interviews this morning, and we were talking about how one of the most fun parts of voice acting is that you'll get cast to play characters that you would never get cast to play on camera.
Right.
Like, you know, I might be able to growl, and I might be able to do a very dark character. But look at me. I mean, I'm not scary. I'm not big and huge. But that's what voice acting allows you to play a myriad of different roles that you don't have to physically match the character.
right now. And have you had any opportunities with all the voice acting and all the things you do to do any more music lately, or are you still kind of just straight voice acting right now?
As a matter of fact, I just released a new record. I've been writing music all the time. I mean,
Right.
I always am writing songs or working on music. But it occurred to me back late last year, it occurred to me that I hadn't released a record in a long time. I had 6 different original CDs on iTunes and Amazon Music, and somebody reminded me that it had been like 14 years since I'd released an album. And I thought, I've written all of these songs, but I just have never released them. I was recently married,
Right.
so I started writing a lot of songs for my now wife,
Right.
and so I decided to put together a new record. So I just released a new record. It's on online at different marketplaces like
Right.
Amazon, Apple Music. It's called Up There, Down Here, and it's got 16 different tracks of a lot of variety of music, and I'm very proud of it. Very proud of it.
Thanks for letting us know. Now, you've been touring with the cons and stuff for a while. At this moment, can you think of something that's probably the weirdest thing that's happened to you so far at a show that's shareable?
Well, I mean, most all of it's shareable. I mean, what some people consider weird, I just consider enthusiastic. Like some people love your work so much,
Right.
and when they get the chance to meet you and tell you so, they may do something awkward or say something awkward. And while some people go, "Oh, that's weird. What a crazy weird experience," I'm like, how endearing,
Right.
that they're just so enthusiastic that that they're a little nervous, and I remember that because when I was a little boy, I would go to Star Trek conventions.
Right.
And I would meet those characters that played Dr. McCoy and Mr. Spock, and and I was like, I remember that feeling. So now, being on the other side of the table, I like to extend kindness and grace and understanding
Right.
to people that in situations that may be a little awkward or unusual. I just chalk it up to enthusiasm and move on.
Okay, and to kind of wrap things up along those lines, with all the
I
different...
did sign a baby once, though. So there's that. I signed some babies' foreheads. I've had people that have had me sign their bodies, and then they got them permanently tattooed.
Yeah.
And as I'm signing their arm or their leg, I'm thinking to myself, "You're gonna regret this one day. You're gonna be like, who is this? What was I thinking?" But I've signed people's cars, gone literally out to the parking lot and signed like the dashboard of their cars and stuff. But it's so humbling. It's humbling that anyone would care enough about something that you did that they
Right.
would be excited about it. I'm honored. I feel honored by that.
Very nice. Thank you for sharing. I was going back to where I was going.
Sorry, I interrupted.
No worries. Thanks.
I just remembered an answer to a question you asked me. I thought I should tell you.
No, that's great. Thank you. You've been doing the cons and different types of parts of the entertainment industry for a long time. And now there's more and more fan-driven, well, they call it fan-driven cons, but they seem like they're just autograph grabs. And they see in weird ways to kind of phase out old cons like Wizard World or Fan Expo, that kind of thing. Do you see this happening? And I've seen them start happening for records and for music artists as well. Do you think they're eventually just fused in giant entertainment cons, or they're going to keep their individuality over time?
I think they'll keep their individuality. I think there are enough fans of any particular thing that they're always going to want to come together and just celebrate the one thing they love.
Right.
They may not want to go to a multi-genre con. They may want to just get together, and it doesn't matter if they have 500,000 people.
Right.
They would prefer 500 people who love the same thing, and they're all there together, unified, to celebrate this thing they love, whether it's The Walking Dead or Supernatural or Harry Potter or whatever.
Right.
But fan expos and a lot of those big shows, they're still going strong because there's something for everyone. I think that's probably what the attraction is. That there's so many things to see and do and celebrate that they attract huge numbers of people.
Right. Well, thank you for your time, sir.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure.